y'all, what it is, what it do. You know who it is. You know it's your girl, your favorite, my favorite, Brittany. I am back. I am better with another video. You know what to do. Like the video. Like the video, baby. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know it's 1,001 of y'all watching who are not already subscribed. And not only that, it's 1,001 of y'all who are subscribed but don't have y'all post notifications on. Baby, y'all know I post every day. Y'all know I post every day. Damn near. Okay, so yeah, get all that together. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all are liking the video. I appreciate it. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so let's get it. Get me there. Okay, beat me there. Thank you. All right, y'all, let's get into our theme song. Get ready to do your Dougie. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping, we doing a Dougie pow. Our Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in my description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. I am currently doing Baddies West. Okay, stunner. Baddies West. I'm also doing Valley Girls Season 3. I'm on episode 3. It's good, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. BTA. And as soon as Promise drops Playboys Las Vegas, I'm on it. I'm watching it. Phase will be getting ran, I know for sure. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, don't go watch Valley Boys. Oh, child. Such a waste of time, okay? I started skipping. I know if I get to skipping, it's not worth the coin. Okay, simple. But let's get into this video. All right. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was semi-confused when I first started watching the episode. Cause I'm like, okay, we seen half of this stuff, in the last episode. So I'm like, okay, did they remix another episode? What's going on? I clicked off a couple times because I was just confused in the beginning. Because I'm like, okay, we had already seen these fights. We had already seen these ladies fight. So why are we re-seeing it? I don't feel like the episode really started till Sidney got there. They showed us them going back to Vogue and everything. So I'm just like, did I miss something? Did they re-edit it? Like, what was going on? I was very confused in the beginning. But like I said, I don't feel like the episode started till Sidney got in there. Let me say this. Y'all know if y'all been watching me for a long period of time, I've always said I've never cared for Sidney. Sidney just hasn't been that girl for me. I'm going to always give her credit because credit is always due. And I'm going to respect what she built because she has definitely paved the way. She's definitely one of the girlies who have paved the way. But I'm going to also say she's annoying and I never, ever care for her. I never cared to see her. But when I tell y'all, she was the episode. She had me hollering to the top of my lungs. She was hilarious. Whole time, she was hilarious. Now, the girl Michaela, I did not know that was Michaela. I'm thinking that we're waiting on Michaela to get in the house. Girl, Michaela been in the house. I don't know what was the difference between the first fight her and Persuasion had to these that we seen. I'm talking about in it. I'm talking about irritated, okay? Like BTA. That was a good fight. Both of them, like both rounds definitely were good. So yeah, I don't know how long this one will necessarily be, just because, like I said, I don't feel like the episode really started till Sidney got there. So I started off when they did get to the Vogue class. I ain't gonna lie, the way they throwing the F word around, the F-bomb, it's funny. I'm not gonna lie, because I thought all the girlies do the Vogue. I'm thinking the starter pack always gave Vogue. Like, you got your wig, you got your makeup, Vogue. You need to know how to Vogue. You need to know how to lay the girls down. That's what I'm thinking. These girls were not interested in voguing. They said, yeah, no, ma'am. We're not doing that. Don't care. Never care. I'm over it. And it's London, like, who told you that we want to vote? This not RuPaul's Drag Race. And then, she said the F-bomb. But it was so unnecessary to say it. That's why it was funny, because she just was like, da-da-da-da. Like, it was so unnecessary to add that part in. So they end up introducing Sidney, and again, she is one of the originals. You have to give it to the girl. Like, she is one of the originals. Overall, the confession look, I wasn't feeling, Sidney could never dress. It's always going to give the same every time. She's going to have on like a little bra, where some can pop out. You might get a slip or two. Always going to be a bust down jet black every time. Might do it straight. Today she want to do wet and wavy. Crinkles, love it. It's cute. That's her. Makeup is always gonna be big out there, and she's always gonna have some leggings on, little ribs to always show her thigh meat. I mean, this is Sidney's look. But I am glad Now That's TV did put her a part of the show, because again, she is one of the original girlies, not just on Now That's TV, not just on Zeus, but in the community. Her, Savannah, and I definitely think, Sidney has way more clout than Savannah, so understandable for her to, come in and be more so like a special guest. Now, Joyce was being shady, trying to say that, Sidney will be a replacement. Girl, Sidney had me hollering. She said, I am an original. I would never be a replacement. Remember that. Which is true, T. Like, know your history, boo. Know her resume. She's definitely never going to be a replacement. Calm down. Baby, nobody was excited to see Sidney. Sidney was very much giving crickets to the girls. They like, oh, okay, Sidney in the building. Who cares? Security trying to tell her, go over here. She like, I'm going to stay right here. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Let me keep on my P's and Q's. I don't understand why Barbie was being shady towards Sidney, because she was just on Sidney's show maybe like a year ago. Maybe they got beef. I don't know. I don't know who Joyce was trying to get to, but baby, when she flew that wig off and said, I'm not worried about none of y'all, let's go, I screamed. I screamed. The wig said, goodbye. The wig was out of there. I hollered so loud. Why was London running up on Joyce? Weren't you telling her that Kenzie was talking about her? I'm confused. And then you say you're not a fighter. You trying to give something different than that. But then you're running up on Joyce. Baby, Sidney started cutting up. Sidney like, I should have been the host. Sidney for the host, girl. It was the booty roll. Sidney for the host. Sidney for the host. I didn't started chanting Sidney for the host. Sidney was cutting up, y'all. Like, usually Sidney is so annoying to me. I cannot stand seeing Sidney on my TV. But when I tell y'all she carried this episode, I mean carried. It was the booty roll for me. Sidney for the host, bow. Sidney for the host, bow, bow. That took me out. But no, Sidney not for the host. I'm boycotting it every time. I don't need to see Sidney as no host. I don't think Sidney is a good host, in my opinion. I did watch her show, Girls, or something like that. And I think I only got to like the first and second episode, but Sidney just wasn't an amazing host for me like that. She really didn't stand out. No, I'm okay. Why Bria thought that Sidney came to fight her? Sidney ain't no fighter, baby. Sidney always on the ground, holding on to that wig for dear life. Be for real. I will say this though. I don't know if I said it earlier in my review. I don't know. But if I didn't, I'm going to say it now. And if I did, I'm going to just repeat it. The show is lackluster. I'm not going to lie to you. I definitely feel like the expectation for this show was higher. And even though, a lot of the girls are clocking in, something is just still not sticking for me. It's like I really can't get into the show. Even like I said before, I think the expectation was really high for this show. And we didn't necessarily know what we were going to get. But I think that we were expecting to get something better than this. It's just not sticking for me. It's not sticking. I'm not really into the show. Like, I'll be watching the show, but then I find myself scrolling on my phone, trying to find the next thing to order for my house. I all of a sudden be like, oh, I gotta use the bathroom. be? Your mind will just start wondering. And I'm not gonna lie, when it came to Young and Reckless, this week, when it came to Young and Reckless, and also when it came to Baddies Africa, they really had your girl locked in. Like, the shows were so good. I wasn't thinking about anything but watching the show. And that's how, you know, you want it to usually be when you're paying for these subscriptions. You want to lock in and just be invested in whatever world you're, going in. And I definitely think that Dollhouse has yet to hone that. Like, I be watching it, but I could also come in and out as I please. And like I said before, it just hasn't made its mark just yet. It hasn't done that at all. I agree with Ari. I definitely would like to see Sidney outside of the gimmicks, but also too, I think Sidney does interviews and stuff as well, where she kind of calms it down, gives her background in the history of her. I just have never watched it, but I definitely understand where she's coming from. So Joyce ends up attacking Sidney because that's really what it was, because Sidney never fights back. She was just holding on to her wig, and Joyce starts, mopping the floor with her. So the knot that shocked the world. Sidney is definitely in shock about her knot. She goes to Deja, letting Deja know, like, I can't, like, girl, I gotta come back. Like, reality is setting in. She has a knot, and it's her seeing Joyce with some, let's go. Let's go. You cannot take Sidney serious at all. The sound effects was hilarious. Sidney wants to play like she running up again and gets dropped immediately by her wig. Like, Sidney, babes, let's just give it up. Let's call it a day. It's not that deep. I'm trying to figure out why Joyce is paying Pookie. Like, why you keep paying Pookie? She, don't mind fighting Sidney, and she don't mind fighting Swayana, but I feel as though Pookie is like continuously calling you out, like, get Pookie. So Pookie lets it be known that she's going to pack out, or her and her crew are going to pack out Jocelyn's friends since she's on the chopping block. Sway, I threw that water bottle in Jocelyn right in the head. That was a good shot. Pookie ends up busting a split, just bow right into it. I said, okay, eat, eat, eat. Then they turn the camera. I got this skipping. YG is hilarious. She is so funny. Honestly, her confessionals keep me laughing. Boom. So Sidney wants to stay on the show. She like, no, I could get my lick back with Joyce. Like, no, Joyce is really sitting up here, playing with me. She gave me a knot on my head. I gotta get that. Barbie is still playing like she need that, she want that. I'm so tired of Barbie calling. Like, girl, run up to her. Act like you really need that. You still waiting. You and Pookie. And my thing is, she's standing right there. Get her. Now, Joyce, you are definitely wrong for them pants. Why do you have scrunchies on the bottom of your pants like that? Why did you do your pants like that, thinking that nobody was gonna clock that? Girl, the sound effect. And Michaela running the house, the sound effects took me. This is very much given Timon and Pumbaa vibes, I swear, because I ain't gonna lie. Michaela definitely is giving Shayla, like, you could tell they just started, and definitely a stick with tits. They do look a mess. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I think it's the blue, the wig. Well, not the wig, the bra, the swim cap, throw a wig on or something. It do give hard body. So Sidney like, I ain't come here for the bricks. I ain't come here for the hard bodies. I came here for the soft girls. I'm gonna fight the soft girlies. I ain't fight no brick house. So Sidney is unimpressed by the cast. She lets Deja in production know soft girls only next season. It's giving too many brick houses, and I'm seeing a lot of more brick houses than nice dog girls. And again, it does just go back to the overall theme of the show. You know what I mean? Like the girls definitely should have dressed up a lot more. I do think that. I do, feel as though they did drop the ball coming in just trying to hurry up and fade each other. Sidney is hilarious. So she tells Persuasion, like, don't fight Michaela. Like, Michaela is not on your level. Michaela is not giving doll. Do not fight her. Like, don't fight that girl. So I'm gonna try to break it up. Good security got in front of Sidney so quick, said, hold on, just vibe. Girl, I was hollering. Security said, you will not be breaking up anything that got something to do with this. She said, okay, I'm done. Like, I told you, don't fight her. Persuasion and Michaela start fighting. Persuasion was giving Michaela that work for real. She was definitely working her when it came to blow for blow. Michaela was more so just hitting her in her chest, but Savannah hits was hitting Michaela's face. Where Michaela got the upper hand is when Persuasion fell. In the end, from that forward, Persuasion started losing. But I'ma still get a fight to Persuasion. So then they turn to Sidney, and Sidney is so funny, like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, Sidney is hilarious. So Michaela gets a great hit on Persuasion and ends up punching her, while she was on the ground. Persuasion then tries to get up, but they like, no, break it up, break it up. Isaiah then jumps in. I'm glad that he did jump in because, every time a fight don't need to just be broke up, y'all need to reset. Sometimes it be like, get it, rerun it now. Like, get in there. Like, the adrenaline is high. Get in there now. Let her get her. Persuasion then fails, absolutely. And the girl Michaela ends up somewhat getting the best of that fight. They did a little ring around the Rosie, and then she ends up kicking Persuasion in her face. So it was just like, okay, pay it, catch your breath, then come back. And also Persuasion and Isaiah are besties. So of course he wanted her to go and rerun that because he like, no, that's my best friend. I'm gonna let my best friend get her ones off. So I am happy that, he stepped up in that and was kind of just like, okay, y'all need to move. Let them run that. When they showed Sidney in the corner picking up that chair, I hollered. I screamed. I said, girl, Persuasion already got it for you. She didn't do a great job necessarily in this one like that. Like we know that she can, but she did what she needed to do for you. Sidney then turns around and say, I don't know if I could be main cast, babes. This is not for me. I don't think that, I need to give that. Like, I'm a renege. And Michaela is very disgusting. Joyce is disgusting as well. The fact that she walked through all that, so look at all this blood and just walk through barefoot like that is insane. Another thing that's very insane is the fact that Michaela threw up on the floor, then put the mouth guard right back in. No brush your teeth, no put no shirt on, just and then put the mouth guard back in, like, beginner stages of this, obviously. Not only that, again, you just gonna throw up on the floor and that's gonna be that. Like, that is purely nasty. That is disgusting. So Joyce goes in the room to confront Persuasion, just trying to make sure she wasn't on her hit list and making sure that she's not going to be stumped to the ground. Boom. So, she lets it be known, like, I ain't got no problem with you. I ain't got no issue with you. I apologize for making you feel that way, but, I don't want to get beat up. Now, that's my thing right here. So they do hug, but it's Persuasion being like, love you, Joyce. You were just trying to beat the Mario coins out of her hair. Why all of a sudden, I love you, Joyce? Like, no, you was just trying to beat her up. Now, I love you. No, we're not doing that. We move on to next week's episode, and it definitely seems as though Pookie gets down what she mad at with Michaela. She seems as though they go about 2 to 3 rounds. They get that, and that gets handled. I'm excited to see it. I'm definitely excited to see it. But yeah, this episode was mid. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It wasn't all that. It was mid, but hey, beggars can't be choosy. That's all I got for y'all in this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna see you on the next one. I love y'all. Bye.